Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Wednesday. We've got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Busy slate today, starting with the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Cincinnati Reds. Rays opening up as road favorites at minus 230. The Reds plus 190 with the over-under at 9.5. Rays coming into this matchup 15-3. The Reds 7-10. Pitching for the Rays is Drew Rasmussen with an ERA of 2.60. Pitching for the Reds is Levi Stout with an ERA of 0. Rasmussen, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Stout making his first start of the season here. Rays coming off a 10-0 win yesterday, played very well after that bad loss the day before. And Rasmussen coming off a bad game, but before that 2-0 run games here, and I like a good bounce back for him as well. And I'm gonna roll with the Rays on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Detroit Tigers. Cleveland opening up as road favorites at minus 140. Detroit plus 125 with the over-under at 8.5. Cleveland coming into this matchup 9-9. Detroit 7-9. Pitching for the Guardians is Cal Quantrill with an ERA of 5.74. Pitching for the Tigers is Spencer Turnbull with an ERA of 9.0. Quantrill, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Turnbull, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Cleveland losing both of those games yesterday in the doubleheader. At Detroit on a 5-game winning streak, actually playing pretty well right now. I figured Cleveland would at least win one of those games yesterday, but they failed to do so. Cleveland 1-4 against Detroit. Pretty even pitching matchup here, and I think I'll take a shot with Detroit plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Miami Marlins. Giants opening up as road. Actually, it is a pick'em scenario. Both teams minus 110 with the over/under at 8. Giants coming into this matchup 5-11. The Marlins 10-8. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Cobb with an ERA of 3.14. Pitching for the Marlins is Trevor Rogers with an ERA of 4.20. Cobb, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Rogers, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Giants on a 5-game losing streak, back-to-back losses against Miami. Yeah, Giants just are not playing good. They do not look good right now. And yeah, I think I'm going to roll with the Marlins at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals opening up as home favorites at minus 180. Arizona plus 160 with the over-under at 10. Arizona coming into this matchup 11-7. The Cardinals 7-11. Pitching for Arizona is Madison Bumgarner with an ERA of 7.90. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jake Woodford with an ERA of 5.65. Bumgarner, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 1 strikeout. Woodford, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Yeah, Arizona on a 3-game winning streak, back-to-back underdog wins against St. Louis. And Arizona playing good in this series here. Crazy, they're still getting big underdog value the way they've played in this series here. And I'm going to take the Arizona plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Chicago White Sox. Phillies opening up as road favorites at minus 115. The White Sox minus 105 with the over-under at 8.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 7-11. The White Sox also 7-11. Pitching for the Phillies is Taijuan Walker with an ERA of 4.20. Pitching for the White Sox is Mike Clevinger with an ERA of 2.20. Walker, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Clevenger, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Phillies losing to the White Sox yesterday 3-0. Both teams trading a win so far. Philly is 10-5 against the White Sox here. A pretty even pitching matchup here, and I think I'll take a shot in the White Sox plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Kansas City Royals. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at -110 with the over/under at 9. Rangers coming into this matchup 11-6. The Royals 4-14. Pitching for the Rangers is Martin Perez with an ERA of 2.87. Pitching for the Royals is Brady Singer with an ERA of 7.88. Perez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Singer, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 8 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Rangers on a 3-game winning streak, back-to-back wins against the Royals. Royals on a 5-game losing streak. Been a rough stretch for the Royals here, and yeah, I'm going to roll with the Rangers on the road in this one. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Mets opening up as road favorites at -125. The Dodgers plus 105 with the over/under at 8.5. Mets coming into this matchup 11-7. The Dodgers 9-9. Pitching for the Mets is Max Scherzer with an ERA of 4.41. Pitching for the Dodgers is Noah Syndergaard with an ERA of 5.62. Scherzer, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Syndergaard, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Mets losing to the Dodgers yesterday 5-0. They were on a nice win streak there. And yeah, the Mets, they are 5-2 against the Dodgers. 4-1 on the road where they're playing well. I do like Max Scherzer on the mound. And I really think the Mets bounce back today. And I'm going to roll with the Mets on the road. All right, next matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Colorado Rockies. Pirates opening up as road favorites at -125. Colorado plus 105 with the over/under at 11.5. Pirates coming into this matchup 11-7. The Rockies 5-13. Pitching for the Pirates is Johan Oviedo with an ERA of 2.45. Pitching for the Rockies is Austin Gomber with an ERA of 8.16. Oviedo, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 10 strikeouts. Gomber, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Pitt on a 2-game winning streak, back-to-back wins against Colorado. Colorado on a 7-game losing streak. It's been rough for the Rockies here, and yeah, I really don't want any part of this Colorado team, and I'm gonna roll with the Pirates on the road. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Oakland Athletics. Cubs opening up as road favorites at -175. Oakland plus 145 with the over/under at 8. Cubs coming into this matchup 10-6. Oakland 3-15. Pitching for the Cubs is Justin Steele with an ERA of 1.42. Currently can't find out who's pitching for Oakland, so be sure to check that out when that does get released. Steele, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Yeah, Cubs on a 3-game winning streak, back-to-back wins against Oakland. Oakland 1-9 in their last 10. They're on a 6-game losing streak right now. Really don't want any part of this Oakland team, and I'm going to roll with the Cubs on the road. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the San Diego Padres. Braves opening up as road favorites at -120. The Padres plus 100 with the over/under at 9. Braves coming into this matchup 14-4. The Padres 8-11. Pitching for the Braves is Charlie Morton with an ERA of 3.86. Pitching for the Padres is Nick Martinez with an ERA of 5.60. Morton, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Martinez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. The Braves on an 8-game winning streak, back-to-back wins against the Padres, beat up on the Padres yesterday. Padres really struggling, 1-6 in their last 7. They have not looked good at all here. Atlanta is 5-0 on the road. Yeah, gonna roll with the Braves on the road in this one. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Seattle Mariners. Mariners opening up as home favorites at -125. The Brewers +115 with the over-under at 8.5. Brewers coming into this matchup 13-5. Seattle 8-10. Pitching for the Brewers is Eric Lauer with an ERA of 5.28. Pitching for the Mariners is Marco Gonzalez with an ERA of 4.22. Lauer, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Gonzalez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 5 strikeouts. Brewers on a 3-game winning streak, back-to-back wins against Seattle. Close win yesterday. Yeah, Milwaukee is 4-2 against Seattle and 4-1 on the road. Still getting underdog value, which I think is kind of crazy. And I'll roll with the Brewers +1.5 on the road again. Next matchup, we've got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Washington Nationals. For some reason, this matchup I'm looking at, I can't find out any money line info or run line info. I don't know what's going on with these sites. So, I'm not sure what is up with that, but I do have the pitchers here. We have the Orioles 10-7, the Nationals 5-12. Pitching for the Orioles is Kyle Bradish with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Nationals is Mackenzie Gore with an ERA of 3.0. Bradish, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Gore, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Baltimore on a 2-game winning streak, beating Washington 1-0 yesterday. Washington 1-5 in their last 6. Baltimore is 7-1 against Washington, 5-2 on the road right now. I'm sure whatever the line is, I'm sure Orioles will be definitely a favorite here, and I think I'm going to roll with the Orioles on the road in this one. Next matchup, we've got the Los Angeles Angels versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -130. The Angels +120 with the over-under at 9. Angels coming into this matchup 9-8. The Yankees 10-7. Pitching for the Angels is Griffin Canning with an ERA of 3.60. Pitching for the Yankees is Johnny Brito with an ERA of 6.75. Canning, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Brito, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 7 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Definitely a very bad game for Brito. Angels on a 2-game winning streak, beating the Yankees 5-2 yesterday. Not in love with Brito in that last start. That was the rough. I mean, he got pulled so early and gave up a lot of runs there. I think Angels are a decent underdog today, and I'm going to take Angels +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Twins versus the Boston Red Sox. Twins opening up as road favorites at -135. Boston +115 with the over-under at 9. Twins coming into this matchup 10-7. The Red Sox 9-9. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 2.84. Pitching for Boston is Corey Kluber with an ERA of 6.92. Ryan, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 10 strikeouts. Kluber, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Minnesota on a 3-game losing streak right now, losing to Boston 5-4 yesterday. Minnesota 2-5 on the road, 2-4 on the road against Boston, so they've struggled against the Red Sox here, and pretty even matchup here. I think I'll take a shot with Boston plus 1.5 at home. In the last matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 110. Toronto plus 100 with the over-under at 9.5. Toronto coming into this matchup 11-7. Houston 8-10. Pitching for Toronto is Jose Barrios with an ERA of 7.98. Pitching for the Astros is Luis Garcia with an ERA of 7.71. Barrios, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Garcia, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Toronto beating Houston 4-2 yesterday. Toronto is 6-2 on the road, and definitely an even pitching matchup today. And I think I'll take a shot with Toronto plus 1.5 on the road. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Wednesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a good one.